Hi, my name's Richard Duffy. I'm the SAP Business One Product Evangelist, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to session 2 of our Partner Sales Readiness Training for SAP Business One Analytics powered by SAP HANA. What I'm going to cover in this module is we're going to talk a little bit about the driving influences that have really helped shape what the SAP Business One Analytics application is all about. I'm going to give you some demonstrations of the solution, and we're going to talk a little bit about the technical underpinnings of the solution. So let's get started. So let's talk first and foremost about the SAP Business One Analytics platform. And one of the things that's important to understand is that the Business One Analytics platform has been very much built based on what customers and what our partners have also expressed as their expectations for a business analytics solution. Small business owners, just the same as business owners of mid-sized enterprises and large enterprises, need an analytics platform. However, unlike those large enterprises, they don't need a full-scale business intelligence offering, but there are some consistent components of the solution that are required. The first thing is it needs to have ready-to-use content. So from the day that the solution is implemented, it can be immediately used without having an extensive and expansive period where reporting design is done, where the design and construction of cubes is done, and so on and so forth. So it needs to be ready to use so small businesses can start generating value from that investment straight away. The second thing that's required is the solution needs to provide the ability for business users to be able to perform ad hoc analysis and to do interactive analytics that allows them to start with a particular view of the data, and as new questions are being uncovered and new answers are needed, it enables them to drill down in real time across the entire data set. The third area, when you're doing this kind of thing, you need to have a solution that provides superior performance or real-time access. There needs to be a seamless user experience, so the transition from the business information to the application that created the business information, in this case SAP Business One, and of course the tools being used to view that business information, whether it's dashboards created with SAP Crystal dashboard design, or whether it's pivot tables created in Microsoft Excel, that it is a seamless user experience that makes it easy to transition from one tool to the other, dependent on the need. The fifth thing that's required is the solution must be easy to use and be able to be implemented rapidly. And of course, it goes without saying, for all business types, the solution needs to be affordable, but more so from a small business perspective where IT budgets are restricted and decision making is done very much on the basis of the value that the solution provides. So we need to make sure the solution is affordable. We need a business intelligence platform that gives us all of those components, that provides the capability of doing the cost-effective management of large data volumes, that provides those immediate answers to any questions, and provides access to that current and complete information. Similar to what we talked about in session 1 of our training, where we talked about the underpinnings of SAP HANA, and we talked about some of the reasons why SAP HANA was built. So we have the requirements that customers have for an analytics platform, and then we have the solution that SAP HANA provides. If we put those together, what we've done is we've built the SAP Business One Analytics portfolio, and we've focused on a number of key investment areas. Because we recognize that there is a need for those specific points that I mentioned before, we focused on 5 key areas: delivering a seamless user experience, delivering a semantic layer which gives your customers, which gives business users the ability to interpret, interact with, interrogate their business data without having to understand a lot about the data structures, we make it simple by referring to those data structures as business objects, such as customers or business partners or invoices. You don't have to know, for example, that the invoice object pulls information from 5 or 6 or 7 different tables. We provide that semantic layer which shields the end user from having to understand all of that information. The third area that we're focused on is building that analytical content to make sure that when somebody deploys the Business One Analytics solution, they can be productive and effective with it from day one. The fourth area is taking and building that interactive analysis and utilizing the tools which people are familiar with today, i.e. Microsoft Excel pivot tables, and giving the ability for people to utilize that Microsoft Excel pivot table front end to interact with the back end analytics platform. Then, of course, what we've done is we've taken all of that and we've focused on building it on top of our groundbreaking in-memory technology, which is the SAP HANA, or the SAP High Performance Analytical Appliance, that really drives a lot of the speed that people are looking for when they are deploying an analytics platform. So with SAP HANA, we've moved to a row-based database versus column-based database. We've moved from application caching of data to in-memory data. And this is facilitating the ability to access that transactional data in real time. It's really about changing the entire nature of the way that people will interact with that information. And hopefully, as I take you through some of the demonstrations shortly, you're going to see how that, for want of a better term, manifests itself in the solution. So what was the technology evolution for the SAP Business One Analytics platform? Well, first of all, we started off with this concept of building a basic semantic layer, which provided easy to consume business oriented terms. And then we had that sitting on top of the database. And we then took our analytics clients such as SAP Crystal Dashboard Design and SAP Crystal Reports. We sat those on top of the semantic layer, which then sat on top of an aggregation layer which was provided by the B1I, or our Business One integration layer, sat on the server cache for dashboards only, because remember, SAP Crystal Reports pulled its information directly from the database, and then regardless of which way you were accessing it, all of that sat on top of Microsoft SQL Server. So the next step, the next evolution, is the SAP Business One Analytics powered by SAP HANA, where we take those same clients that people are familiar with today, SAP Crystal Dashboard Design, Crystal Reports, and of course Microsoft Excel, but we put them on top of OLAP Cube models, or SAP HANA views, which are easy to consume and use business-oriented terms. This then provides speed, scale, and flexibility, all sitting on top of SAP HANA. So what happens? We have the transactional data currently sitting in Microsoft SQL Server, and that transactional data is then replicated across into the HANA database, and the analytics is then performed on top of the HANA database. So this is really designed for customers who have very, very large data analysis requirements. For a 2 or a 3 person business who aren't working with large amounts of data, the HANA solution does not necessarily provide a compelling solution to a problem. As a matter of fact, those size customers won't be encountering the problem that HANA was built to address, which is really around being able to manage and manipulate and work with those massive amounts of data. So it is very much a solution focused on the upper end of the SAP Business One user spectrum. What exactly does the SAP Business One Analytics powered by SAP HANA solution deliver? Well, fundamentally it delivers in-memory technology and analytics innovations without disruption to the customer's business. And you will have heard many people, from Jim Hagemann Snaber to Vishal Sikka, a number of different people in our development organizations talk about the importance of delivering innovation without disruption. And this is very much what the SAP Business One Analytics platform is all about. It provides benefits for both our installed base and new customers. It provides a seamless user experience, a semantic layer, that interactive analysis capability, all delivered with superior performance and a whole new layer of new analytics content. Today, we are delivering the SAP Business One client, utilizing Crystal Reports, utilizing the SAP Crystal Dashboard Design or Microsoft Excel to access data directly from Microsoft SQL Server. Well, with the SAP Business One Analytics solution powered by SAP HANA, we will then add a number of components to that. The underlying back-end HANA engine, a new semantic layer, an administration service which provides for backup, restoring, and monitoring of the data replication, those real-time data replication services, the semantic layer with the pre-built views and cube models, and of course the Tomcat application server which drives all of that interface. That, together with the SAP HANA database, will sit on what we call the SAP Business One Analytics server. And that comes together with the SAP HANA Studio, which allows both customers and partners to create new interactive analysis models as well. So what's our plan? The plan is for the SAP Business One Analytics solution to release in limited availability with version 8.82 and go general availability later in 2012. So that is currently our plan for the solution. So what I'd like to do now is take you through an overview demonstration of what we're talking about when we talk about a seamless user experience. So what we've got is a user working from inside SAP Business One. They've got access to the SAP Business One SQL Server. And then what we're doing is we're moving from the current model that they have today, where they are accessing everything from SAP Business One, where they're running reports from Business One, they're running dashboards from the Business One cockpit, and they're running enterprise search from the normal SAP Business One application. But then we plug in the Business One Analytics server powered by HANA, and from the end user's experience, this new data, this new way of accessing all of these things, the reports, the dashboards, and enterprise search, is all accessed the same way. It's just now being powered from the SAP Business One Analytics server instead of from the SAP Business One SQL server. So what does that deliver? A seamless transition from today's solution to the new SAP Business One Analytics solution. So let's take a look specifically at how this will look. Now, one of the things you're going to notice as I take you through this demonstration is that because it is running in real time on SAP HANA, it is incredibly fast. So what I'm going to try and do is give you a quick explanation of what's happening and then just quickly jump in and show you specifically as I go through the demonstration exactly what's happening. So bear with me, I'll give you an explanation and then touch on some key points as the demonstration progresses. So what we're looking at here right now is we're looking at the SAP Business One cockpit. So you can see if I go in here and I'm starting to look at my dashboards, you can see it happens and all that information updates very, very quickly. I can now go into my open document list and you can see this is coming from HANA. So I now pick my selection criteria for the dates, and I click OK, and bang, that information immediately comes up in Crystal Reports. So you can see how quick and easy it is to retrieve that information. We then have interactive analysis, again, activated from inside SAP Business One, in this case giving me the ability to look at my budgets. I pick my budget scenario, my budget date, and my attributes. That's now pulled straight into Excel, and I'm able to click in and see that information straight away. If I want to change any of my dimensions, I can. I can add my quarters. I can add my budget amounts as another measure. And simply by clicking on there and selecting that new information, it is automatically being represented for me inside Excel. I then take my Excel skills, I format the data that I want. I can go in, I can freeze my panes to make it easy to move around inside the actual data itself. And then once I've done, I'm able to go ahead and apply additional formatting. And the whole way through, as I'm doing each one of these things, the data is updating instantaneously. I want to now apply a filter where I want to filter by quarter. Again, rather than having to wait for the data to refresh, you'll see as soon as I apply that filter, the data is instantaneously updated. That's the power of SAP HANA that's driving this. Now, you'll get that kind of response time whether you're working with 1,000 records or 100,000 records. That is what the SAP Business One Analytics powered by SAP HANA is all about. So hopefully you've seen what we are working with today, the SAP Business One application, now being transitioned across to utilizing the SAP HANA platform. So let's take a look at our next area of innovation that the SAP Business One Analytics is going to provide. Enterprise search. No doubt you're familiar with the way that the search functionality works inside the cockpit today. You can go in and you can type in the particular information that you're looking for. Well, following on with this concept of delivering a seamless experience, we are sticking with that same approach. However, because of the power that's delivered by HANA, we're now able to change the way that information is represented. In the past, we couldn't represent all the potential information that was available because the amount of time it would take to retrieve all of that was just too much. Now, with SAP HANA, we're able to retrieve a lot more of that information and represent it on the one screen for you. So again, delivering a seamless Business One client experience. We're providing a hierarchical search across all SAP Business One modules. We call them repositories. We're providing full text search for all of the business object types, giving you the ability to narrow down your options per business object type so you can quickly and easily narrow down the information that you are looking at. We link it to the SAP Business One forms. It's compliant with the SAP Business One data ownership concept. We ease navigation with the business object maps, and we're also providing enhancements to the reporting and printing. So I'm going to take you through a demonstration now of the enterprise search capability. Jason is an account representative of OEC Computers. He's just got a call from a customer, our customer reference number 256789, and the customer asks him when the orders for this month will be delivered. So Jason's going to use enterprise search to search for that custom reference number, and then he's going to find all the related business objects. He's going to filter the search results by AR invoice type, and then further narrow down by open invoice and recent month. He's then going to select the first invoice, link to the related data, and then he's going to find the related delivery is scheduled for the 15th of December. So he can answer the customer that the goods will arrive in 2 days. And you're going to see this is incredibly quick. And this is a real-time demonstration. So again, that's the reason why I wanted to give you this explanation of the demonstration scenario that you're going to see. Jason's now sitting inside SAP Business One, sitting in the cockpit. And let's take a look at exactly how the demonstration works. So the customer call has come in. He's putting in his customer number. He clicks on search. all of that information now comes up. He selects that he wants to narrow it down by accounts receivable invoice. Using these new controls, he can narrow that range of dates down, and you'll see the data is instantaneously updating. He clicks on Find Related. It immediately pulls up all the potential related information. He can then drill down on that invoice and see that that order is now going to be delivered in the next 2 days. Again, incredibly quick access to the data. Almost so quick, it makes it very, very difficult to demonstrate and explain exactly what's going on. But hopefully you also saw the new user interface that is provided by Enterprise Search. And this new capability now gives us the power to retrieve all of this information and render it all ahead of even being asked for it. So now, rather than having to drill down, we're able to present a lot of that information preemptively very, very quickly. So that's the enterprise search capability. Let's now move on and talk about the next area that we focused on with the SAP Business One Analytics. What we're now doing is we are making sure that we provide content. So this is one of the other key areas that we talked about, is making sure that there is content available in the solution that makes it usable out of the box. So we've migrated 4 of the most calculation intensive Crystal reports. We're migrating 3 of our current dashboards. Purchase quotations, delivery analysis, and inventory status are also now being added to the range of available dashboards. So 4 new dashboards being delivered. And we've added 8 new semantic layers focused in areas like finance, sales, and inventory. So again, the content is going to provide that compelling Business One based operational analytics, and it's going to deliver that quickly and affordably. In addition to the Crystal reports and dashboards, we're going to deliver those predefined semantic layers that I talked about, which will enable this interactive analysis via Microsoft Excel, and it'll allow for rapid content development based on dimensions and measures. Give you an example. From the financials module, for the dashboards, we'll be providing customer receivables aging dashboards and a cash flow forecast. From the semantic layer, we'll be providing additional business objects that support aging, cost center analysis, profit and loss analysis, and liquidity analysis. If sales and marketing is the focus area, we're going to be delivering, again, the enhanced sales analysis and delivery analysis in the dashboard. From a Crystal Reports perspective, we'll be delivering a new periodic sales analysis by customer and a customer open item list. The semantic layer will deliver a new sales opportunity analysis business object that can then be queried upon also via Microsoft Excel and the interactive analysis. From a purchasing perspective, we'll be providing that purchase quotation dashboard. Let's look at inventory. From a dashboard perspective, we're providing that new inventory status dashboard. Crystal reports, the inventory turnover analysis. Inventory reports are traditionally those reports that are very database processing intensive. So you can look forward to seeing, some really, really cool additional analytics capability coming in the inventory module. And of course, not only have we provided that via the Crystal reports, but we've also provided that in the semantic layer so you can do your own additional interactive analysis from Excel using that inventory turnover analysis business object. The service module, we're enhancing the service call dashboard, and then across the modules, we're doing a number of different things with Crystal reports. So when it comes to the area of being easy to use, one of the things that we've done is we have factored in that we recognize that for customers, Microsoft Excel is the tool that they are very, very familiar with working with. So we've built the interactive analysis capability putting Microsoft Excel as the front end of that. And that's really going to empower your business users to quickly and easily be able to interrogate this new semantic layer to get access to the underlying business information so they can answer questions and make decisions effectively and quickly. So I'd like to take you through a demonstration of the interactive analysis now from a salesperson's perspective. Richard's the sales manager of OEC Computers. He wants to do an ad hoc analysis of his sales prior to the monthly sales meeting. He's going to select the sales analysis option from interactive analysis inside SAP Business One. He's then going to select the relevant customer, profit, and sales dimensions into his Excel pivot table. Then he wants to know the details by business partner category, by month, and year. Now he's got that information, he then wants to drill down to see the individual business partners. So that's the process that we're going to go through again. I keep saying this because it's important to understand the demonstrations I'm showing you are live and we are letting you see it happening without any slowdown to explain, so you can see the true power and how quickly the SAP Business One Analytics application does respond. So let's take a look, and you'll see I'm going to start off inside the new interactive analysis menu option, and I'm going to take you through this scenario. So I go and I select sales revenue analysis. Up comes my pivot table. I specify I want to look at my customer. I want to look at the gross profit and the sales amount. That's immediately coming up. I want to narrow it down by year. So I want that to be one of my dimensions. And also by month. I now want to drill down and start looking specifically at the customers in a particular customer type. So it makes it incredibly quick and easy for me to then be able to explode that information out and look at it. And then as I want to, I can come back in and look at additional dimensions. So incredibly quick, and you'll notice there is no wait time while that data is being retrieved. It's instantaneously being presented to me. So again, a short demonstration, but you can see how incredibly quick that is. Now, feel free to go back and watch those demonstrations over and over again. Normally, that's probably what I would do if I was demonstrating this in a live scenario. I'd take people back through it a couple of times. You have the capability to rewind this session and watch that again and again, so I'd encourage you to do that. When we're talking about how quick the solution is to implement, part of the reason for that is because of this semantic layer that we're delivering, and we've made it easy to extend. So we've provided these predefined models for cost center analysis, for cost account versus financial accounting, for budget analysis, aging analysis, inventory turnover analysis, dynamic cash prediction, sales opportunity analysis, and sales revenue analysis. So they are our 8 semantic layer extensions, if you like, or our 8 business objects that we're delivering as part of the semantic layer. Let's now take a look at another demonstration using that semantic layer with the ad hoc analysis. And in this case, I'm going to look at this from a finance professional's perspective. Lisa is the finance manager of OEC Computers. She wants to quickly find out the current status of her budget usage. First, she's going to select the relevant dimensions and measures, but she also then wants to change the layout of the report based on her need. For example, she wants to change the quarter dimension. Instead of being a column, instead of it being a row, she's going to move it across to being a column. She then wants to narrow it down to see only data for the 4th quarter of 2011. So she changes the Excel pivot table to filter it accordingly. So that's our demonstration scenario. Let's take a look at that. So we're now inside Microsoft Excel in our interactive analysis, and let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go across and we'll select that we want to work with our budget object. So the first thing we want to choose is our budget scenario. Then we also want our budget year. We want to look at the attributes of the GL account, so we'll select that as well. We want to look at the budget amount. And we also want to look at the actual amount because we want to do that comparison. We're also going to look at the future amount and the total amount. So you can see, again, every time each one of these is selected, it's automatically being represented in the spreadsheet. I'm now going to go in and I'm going to apply a little bit of formatting to the report. Again, using the power of Microsoft Excel, you can provide all kinds of nice ways of formatting that data. I now want to narrow that down by quarter, but instead of that being a row, I actually want that now to be a column. So I drag that across and instantaneously that information is updated for me. And you can now see I've got all that information available, quite a lot of information. So I want to narrow it down. So I'm going to freeze my panes. And now I want to narrow it down by quarter. So I'm going to apply the quarter as a report filter. And I'm just going to filter it by a specific quarter. In this case, I'm going to select Q4 and bang, that filtering is applied immediately. And now I have the information that I need to see. I'm going to narrow it down by year as well. And I'm going to click on my year and I'm just going to say I only want to see 2011. So I'll drill through all my options there. Actually, in this case, 2010, or I'll go and select 2011, and you can see how quickly that data is being refreshed. Again, it is that speed which provides the capability to be able to do this decision making and no longer have the IT infrastructure dictating what you can or can't get out of the system. You can sit there with your interactive analysis in a board meeting and be answering those questions as soon as people ask. So people say, show me that now by 2010. Show that to me now for 2011. No sitting there waiting patiently, twiddling your thumbs or making idle conversation while you wait for the back-end systems to pull that information out and represent it. To me, that is an incredibly powerful demonstration of the speed of the SAP Business One Analytics module and why the fact that it being powered by SAP HANA is so important. We also talked about rapid design, and we've made that, we've been able to do this. We also talked about rapid design, and because we've based the solution on existing tools and content, it's made it possible for us to deliver these solutions even quicker. So we've developed the Crystal Reports and the dashboards based on the HANA database. So we're using the Crystal Reports 2008 Service Pack 5. We're delivering the same user experience in the runtime. From a content management perspective, we're delivering the same user experience. And from a design time perspective, users can have HANA views or they can have procedures. So from a design perspective, users can have HANA views or procedures, or they can use the direct query as a data source. Okay, so a user is not able to query over the Business One tables in a HANA database. They use the HANA views or procedures or direct queries as the data source. From a dashboard perspective, the runtime is the same user experience. The design time is the same user experience except for one difference. In the info.xml file of your dashboard package, you change one meta tag, the ISIMDB. You flag that as yes, and then it knows that it's going to pull that from the in-memory database. The content management, it's the same user experience, but there's no B1I now because we no longer need that caching. So what does this in-memory technology drive? Well, we believe it drives new business opportunities. It gives us the ability to address our known pain points around performance constraints, around the impact that the size of the database has. Traditionally, the bigger a database is, the slower the retrieval of that information is. So this in-memory technology allows us to overcome that. We can get rid of this process of doing that aggregating of data first before reporting on it, because the technology removes the necessity to do that because it's just so fast. It gets rid of the limited flexibility in drill down, and it gets rid of the high resource consumption by batch jobs. In the past, you would have had to have done this really data intensive extract, transform, and load, the data intensive building of that aggregation. We now no longer have to do that because of the power of in-memory computing. What's even more exciting than that is that we now have the ability to create new applications which will deliver new value to our customers. We can leverage consumer and device related data. We can do sophisticated yet interactive forecasting and simulation. We can do integrated business planning that allows you to instantaneously make and change your what if analysis and analyze the impact of different assumptions and have that happening straight away, rather than it being a case of, okay, let's change our assumptions, now let's wait and see while the system recalculates and determine what the impact of that's going to be. Then let's come back and make another change. That wait time for that recalculation is now gone, and that is hugely important in terms of our ability to now start addressing new customer requirements. Give you an example specifically of what we've done with this. A new SAP Business One application for doing payment optimization and liquidity forecasting. What we're now able to do is forecast our accounts receivable based on historical data. This gives us then the ability to do this liquidity forecast to ensure our healthy operations. It allows us to do what if scenarios to determine what is our best payment strategy to maximize discounts, and gives us the ability to propose the right financing services at the right time. Why? Because again, the speed of retrieval of the data makes it very, very easy to do these different what if scenarios and have an instantaneous response every time you change one of those dimensions. So where are we moving to from a technical architecture perspective with SAP Business One on HANA? What we're delivering in our first set of functionality is we are delivering the ability to continue running SAP Business One on top of your Microsoft SQL Server application. So the Business One client application will still continue to transact directly with SQL Server. But what we're adding is the SAP Business One Analytics server, which again has the HANA database server. It has a replication service which pulls across the data from the SAP Business One tables in Microsoft SQL Server. There is a business tier which is running on top of the Apache Tomcat server, which provides us with the analytics service, the freestyle search service, configuration, authentication, and authorization. Also sitting on top of that Tomcat server in a web tier is our Java pages and the dashboards and Flash information which is created. And then of course, from Microsoft Excel, we're able to connect directly to the HANA database server via the semantic layer, which consists of the analytic views and calculation views. Now, the good thing is that those analytics views and calculation views in the semantic layer have been designed and they can be consumed by both SAP and partner applications. So when we talk about a seamless transition, a seamless user experience, this is what we're talking about, the two solutions sitting side by side. So what's our overall adoption roadmap for HANA? So we've completed our proof of concept database running side by side with the Business One server for analytics. We had 5 customers and partners who joined the pilot program, which we completed in June of 2011. Phase 1 is the hybrid deployment with SAP Business One running on SQL Server and the HANA database running side by side, providing complete OLAP capabilities with more dashboards and reports and enterprise search. So again, that's now been coded as part of our 8.82 family, and we are going through the process now of taking that through ramp up. The next phase will be what we call one box, where Business One will run completely on HANA. Now, it's important to note that right now, this aspect of the roadmap is open to change. So please, before you make any commitments or you do any specific planning around this aspect, you must talk to your SAP Business One local product expert and discuss your plans with them. The first component of this phase is where we're looking at deploying in this model in the cloud. And then the second phase will be an on-premise model. But again, we're just talking about that to give you an idea of what's coming further down the path. All right. Please, again, make sure that you do talk to your channel manager, talk to your local product expert if you are factoring these plans into your plans and into your customer deployments. So what's the business opportunity? Well, the value from a customer perspective is that it's certainly going to give us the ability to leapfrog local vendors with Business One running on this in-memory model and taking this phased adoption approach. With the hybrid solution, our installed base customers with massive data analysis requirements can immediately benefit from having complete online analytical processing, the analytical modeling provided by the semantic layer, and the enterprise search capabilities. With what we're calling right now the one-box solution, we can extend the addressable market for standard, simple, small enterprise scenarios that of small businesses that even though they're small, their volumes of data are very, very large. And over time, for those customers who wish to do so, we can help reduce the total cost of ownership by eliminating the need to have multiple non-SAP databases. Of course, the opportunity for us at SAP is that it gives us a greater addressable market due to performance enhancements and increased access to markets in selected industries where the transactional volumes are higher. It'll accelerate our installed base upgrades to the latest SAP Business One release. Why? For those customers who are on maintenance, it gives them even more compelling reasons to move to our latest releases. It reduces the third-party royalties that are currently being provided for as a result of having these other components in SAP Business One. And it's certainly going to streamline our sales processes with one less contractual relationship. The value to our partner ecosystem, greater flexibility and programmability is going to enable our partners to build high-performance applications on the in-memory computing environment via the SDK, via the Business One Studio that we're delivering. It's going to generate additional business opportunities for partners, providing additional services to customize dashboards for customers and so on. And it's going to attract new partners who are interested in this in-memory innovation. The feedback from our pilot partners has been outstanding. They believe that 30 to 50% of B1 customers would like to adopt in-memory because of the new capability. They believe that delivering OLAP for the small enterprise market is an undeveloped market with great disruptive potential. So again, we believe that there is a huge business opportunity here. This assumes that customers with more than 20 users are potential solution or potential customers for the hybrid solution. And it also assumes that new SAP Business One customers from new addressable markets will potentially be recognized through our subscription hosting model or an on-premise model with the release of the one-box solution. So again, these business opportunities will kick in at different times as we go through our product roadmap. You can see the message here is very clear. It's not just SAP who are excited about the opportunity, it's our customers and our partners. So with that, I'd like to thank you for participating in this session. Hopefully I've been able to give you a good overview and an understanding of exactly what the SAP Business One Analytics powered by SAP HANA solution is all about, explain to you why we built it, what it looks like from a basic technical architectural perspective, and of course you've seen the application in action, and hopefully you're as excited as we all are about what this new solution is going to bring to market.